Good morning, students. So let's start part 2, chapter 7, Conservation of Plants and Animal, class 8, Science by a Sonali ma'am. I hope part 1 was very interesting. So let's move ahead with part 2 of chapter 7. So this part is all about flora and fauna. Now flora, the word itself suggests us something about flora, that is unique flowers. Fauna, that is unique animals available in that particular habitat. So flora definition is, this is important question. I generally put this question in my question paper, that is explain what is flora and fauna, giving suitable examples. So flora are the plants found in the particular area. So they are available only in that area. For example, mangroves forest. Fauna are the animals found in the particular area. For example, Asiatic lions, Bengal tiger. So let's see few more examples. The flora of Panchmari consists of sal, teak, wild mango, jamun, silver fern, etc. The fauna of Panchmari consists of wild dog, cheetah, wolf, leopard, blue bull, and barking deer, etc. So these are the flora and fauna examples of Panchmari area in India. Flora. Flora is a plant life occurring in a particular region of the time, or generally the naturally occurring indigenous native plant life. The corresponding term of animal life is called fauna. Flora, fauna, and other forms of life such as fungi are collectively referred to a biota. The bacterial organism, algae, and other organisms are sometimes referred as flora. So that are the examples. Term are bacterial flora and the plant flora are used separately. The plants are grouped into the flora based on the region, period, special environment, or the climate. Regions can be geographically distinct habitats like mountains versus flatlands. Flora can mean the plant life of historic era as an fossil flora. Lastly, flora may be subdivided by the further plants and the microorganism. Fauna, they are the unique animals present or available in that particular region are called the fauna. Fauna is all of the animal life of any particular region or the time. The corresponding term for plant is called flora. Flora, fauna, and fauna and the other terms of life such as fungus are collectively called as biota. Zoologists and paleontologists are using fauna to refer to a typical collection of animals found in the specific time or the place. That means zoologists will only study out the fauna in that particular region, and the botanist will study about the flora in that particular region. Examples are Sonoran Desert fauna or the Burgess Shale fauna. So these are the particular desert flora and fauna available. Red Book. Now Red Book is not actually red, but that is the collection of all flora and fauna given and book, and that's why it is called the Red Book. The Russian Federation RDBRF Red Data Book of, also known as Red Book, or the Russian Red Book Data Book, is a state document established for documenting and rare and endangered species. Now rare, that means uniquely available, and endangered, that means they are in the verge of getting extinct, of animals, plants and fungi, as well as some local subspecies such as Ladoga seals that exist within the territory of Russian Federation and its continental shelf marine economic zone. The book has been adopted by the Russia and the US Council. Now recycling of paper. you can see that we are recycling paper from many of the other objects here. You can see the plantation. First we are planting the trees, and from that we are converting the pulp, and then we are making the paper, and after that they are recycled back to the paper pulp. Now recycling of paper is very important because every day we get thousands copies, we build 1,000 copies of newspapers which become no more useful at the end of the day. So you can imagine the number of paper and the tons of paper that we are using every day all over the world. So recycling of paper is a must activity. Now paper recycling is the process of turning waste paper into new paper products. You might have seen on your notebooks and the classmate Fullscape that it is prepared from the recyclable paper. There are 3 categories of paper that can be used as the feedstock for making recycled paper: milk, bro, pre-consumer waste, and the post-consumer waste. Millbrook is a paper trimmings and the other paper scrap from the manufacture of paper and is recycled internally in the paper mill. Pre-consumer waste is a material which left the paper mill but was discarded before it was ready for consumer use. Post-consumer waste is the material discarded after consumer use, such as old corrugated containers (OCC), old magazines, old newspapers, office papers, old telephonic directories, and the residential mixed papers. Now, paper suitable for recycling is called the scrap paper, often used to produce the mold pulp packaging. The industrial process of removing printing ink from the paper fibers or recycled paper to make de-ink pulp is called de-inking process. You can see in the figure that how they are removing ink from the pre-existing newspaper. That is called the clearing and fine screening. Thermochemical and recycled pulp is again mixed, and that is again recycled back to the paper. Reforestation, that is the opposite to deforestation, which is most important activities. Reforestation is a natural or the intentional restocking of existing forests and the woodlands that have been depleted, usually through the deforestation. That means you are restoring the forest which was damaged or depleted using natural calamities or the human activities. That is the intentional purpose. Reforestation can be used to improve the quality of human life by soaking up pollution and the dust from the air, rebuild the natural habitat and the ecosystem, mitigate global warming since the forests facilitate the biosequestration of atmospheric carbon dioxide and harvest for the resource, particularly timber. Now we need wood to meet our need for the furniture and the industrial research. Number 2, we need plants for the oxygen requirements. We can't survive without oxygen. Also, we need plants to take up all the carbon dioxide to remove the global warming from the earth. So this is our own purpose. For that we do the reforestation. The term reforestation is similar to afforestation, the process of restoring and recreating areas of woodlands or the forests that may have existing long ago but were deforested or the otherwise removed at same point of the past. Sometimes the term reforestation is used to distinguish between the original forest cover and the later regrowth forest to an area using special tools. Now let's talk and let's see some more endangered species. Now endangered and extinct species, that means extinct ones are no more available with us on the earth. They are no more there. Example, dodo. And endangered species are those species which are on the verge of extinction. That if we will not conserve them, they are going to be lost on the earth. Let's see their examples. This is ad, African wild dog, which is going to be endangered. Asian elephants, Bates tapir, You can find their more images on the Google just by typing the name of them. Black rhino, critically endangered. Blue duck, bonobo, crested ibis, critically endangered. Giant panda, you might have seen this endangered animal in your national parks and some animal reservoirs. Green sea turtle, critically endangered, because whenever the marine research goes on, they find that this kind of animals, marine animals, are no more available. So that means they are on the verge of endangered or extinction. Grizzly bear, Iberian lynx, critically endangered. Just look like cat. It belongs to cat family. Island fox, critically endangered. Javan rhino. Kakpo parrot, critically endangered. You can see this is how differently looking parrot. I have never seen in my personal life this kind of parrot. Lemur leaf frog. Hyacinth mako. This is a beautiful blue bird. Malaysian sun bear, critically endangered. This is protected in Malaysian zoo. Marcher, you can see the creation, that how beautifully they have the horns, that curvy horns. Monk seal, critically endangered. Mountain gorilla. Orangutan. Now these are the orangutan. These are the family belong to monkeys. They are reserved and preserved in the Bangkok, in the safari. That is called the Bangkok Safari. There is a name, Bangkok Safari Zoo. There they have orangutan show, very nice show, in which these are the smartest monkeys available on the earth. They are orangutan. They are trained such a way they just act like humans, and they are so nice and human friendly. Philippine eagle, pygmy hippo, critically endangered. Red panda, sea otter, snow leopard. This is found in the Scotland and some areas of European countries. Sumatran tiger, critically endangered. Amur leopard, Tibetan antelope, Bali tiger, that has already been extinct, that is no more available in 1937 due to hunting and the destruction of habitat. Scorodorf, that has already been extinct in 1972 due to hunting and destruction of habitat. Thylacine, extinct in 1986, before even I born, due to hunting and the competition with the other animals. So these were the few listing of animals which are on the verge of endangerment or they are already been extinct. You can find more and you can list in your notebooks. I hope you have understood chapter 7 part 1 and part 2. Part 3, I'll have a quick revision of entire chapter with the new notes. So kindly go through all 3 videos and write the textual exercises provided to you. Thank you. See you for the next part.